Caitlin Clark has been in an absolute slump. Stephanie White is looking questionable as a coach. She's running this damn motion offense, taking Clark off the ball, putting her back on the ball. A whole goddamn experiment. And I'm telling you right now, fans is furious just like I am because I'm sick of it, guys. Now, Linn Dunn has had issues of her own dealing with the fan base. The Katie Luce contract, the Christy Watt.
The Indiana Fever organization finds itself surrounded by controversy following recent developments that have left supporters questioning the team's direction. The situation has escalated dramatically over the past day, with significant backlash emerging from the fan base regarding multiple organizational decisions. The franchise has faced intense scrutiny following their latest defeat against the Las Vegas Aces, extending their losing streak against that opponent to over 5 years, with their last victory coming in During this recent matchup, Indiana surrendered a double-digit advantage they held entering the third quarter, a collapse that has intensified criticism of the team's performance and strategic approach.
No problem. I mean, seriously. And then later come out and say, well, Marina's foul was a flagrant 2. It's a little late 3 days later. Save that shit because you don't help your case in that instance. Everybody's going to crush the refs, and I'm going to be honest, a lot of fans like myself have been waiting for some Indiana.
Caitlin Clark's recent struggles have become a focal point of concern, as the star player appears to be experiencing a significant downturn in form. Meanwhile, head coach Stephanie White's tactical decisions have drawn sharp criticism, particularly her implementation of a motion-based offensive system that frequently removes Clark from ball-handling responsibilities before reinstating her in that role, creating what many view as an inconsistent experimental approach. General Manager Linn Dunn has encountered her own share of difficulties with the supporter base, facing questions about various contract decisions, including those involving Katie Lou Samuelson and Christy Wallace, among other personnel moves. Rather than maintaining a low profile during this turbulent period, Dunn recently made a public statement that has further fueled the controversy.
Contract and many other things. The best thing for Linn Dunn could have done was just shut the hell up and get some players in here and possibly get rid of Bree Turner, bro. But whatever the case may be, this team is looking like it's out of control. We got DeWanna Barner missing in action. Fans putting out missing posters of her. She's unfollowing people, pretty much deleting all of her Indiana Fever posts.
The organization's roster moves have also drawn criticism, with the departure of Tara McCowan and Erica Wheeler proving particularly contentious, as both players were released without the team receiving any compensation in return. Both athletes have subsequently performed well with their new organizations, highlighting what many consider missed opportunities. Adding to the organizational turmoil, Dejanai Carrington appears to have distanced herself from the franchise, with reports indicating she has unfollowed team-related social media accounts and removed Indiana Fever content from her profiles. This development has prompted supporters to create missing person style posts in jest, though it reflects genuine concern about the player's status with the organization. The situation reached a new level when Dunn posted a cryptic message on social media approximately 2 hours prior to the current discussion, stating the truth, don't expect players to do it if you don't drill it. This vague statement has been interpreted by many as a veiled criticism of player performance, though its exact meaning remains unclear.
Fever teammate to step up and have these superstars back. Just like they used to do with Michael Jordan. Players on the Bulls would send that message. No, you don't mess with the king. You don't. When Gretzky played hockey, they had people on the team that sent messages. You don't mess with the king. All right? And by and large, that hadn't happened until
the post generated significant response from frustrated supporters, with many questioning various organizational decisions. One supporter specifically challenged the financial commitment made to Katie Lou Samuelson, questioning the $180,000 investment. Others expressed concerns about the team's athletic ability, noted Carrington's apparent absence, and criticized the current coaching approach. The controversy extends to the offensive system being implemented by White, which has been identified as a motion offense. This system contrasts sharply with the read and react approach that Clark thrived under during her collegiate career at Iowa. In previous interviews, Clark had specifically praised the read and react system, explaining how it allowed for spontaneous decision-making and unpredictable offensive patterns. Clark had previously described her college system as one where we run a read and react offense. You never know what's going to happen. That's something you can't scout because you can try all you want, but we don't even know what we're going to do. She emphasized how this approach made her teammates better players and allowed for natural basketball instincts to flourish.
Looking freaking spooky. Now, I've been wanting to try to give them a benefit of the doubt, bro. Linn Dunn, Stephanie White, the whole front office, even Kelly Cristobal. I thought they really had some things going when they brought in Joanna Bonner, Natasha Howard, Sophie Cunningham. I mean, these are key players. Even Sid Coulson. I just expected way more out of this team, and I'm here to tell you this is not what we got, and it's crazy Erica Wheeler up here.
The current motion offense system, by contrast, emphasizes structured player movement and predetermined cutting patterns to create scoring opportunities. This approach prioritizes floor spacing with multiple shooting threats but requires constant ball movement and patience to find optimal scoring chances. The system has been successfully implemented by teams like the Minnesota Lynx and was previously used by the Connecticut Sun. However, this structured approach appears to conflict with Clark's natural playing style and the improvisational elements that made her so effective in college. The motion offense requires players to continuously pass and move until a clear scoring opportunity emerges, often involving multiple ball reversals and extended possession.
The other night when Sophie Cunningham gave J.C. Sheldon the Steven Seagal Aikido move at the end of the game, and everybody lost their minds. Now, keep in mind, this is Cheryl Swoop's hating ass lovingly hugging Angel Reese. And the reason I'm showing this is because Angel Reese gave Caitlin Clark the clothesline from hell last year. Angel Reese celebrated.
The contrast between these two systems has become a central point of debate among supporters and analysts. The read and react system allows for immediate decision-making based on defensive reactions, while the motion offense requires patience and adherence to predetermined patterns. This fundamental difference in philosophy has raised questions about whether the current coaching staff is maximizing Clark's unique skill set. The organizational turmoil extends beyond tactical decisions to include broader concerns about roster construction and player development. The team's inability to effectively utilize draft picks and develop young talent has been a recurring theme in supporter criticism. Questions persist about playing time distribution and whether the coaching staff is giving adequate opportunities to newer players.
We should have kept her too, bro, because it's looking real spooky. You got rid of Timmy, didn't get nothing for her. You got rid of Erica Wheeler, didn't get nothing for her. And now, look at both of those two players out there balling. But let's get to this post of Linn Dunn right now because it's crazy. So about 2 hours ago, Linn Dunn put this on X. She stated the truth. Don't expect players to do it if you don't drill it.
The situation has created a challenging environment for the franchise, with multiple stakeholders expressing dissatisfaction with the current direction. The combination of on-court struggles, questionable personnel decisions, and apparent internal discord has created a perfect storm of controversy that threatens to overshadow the team's potential. As the situation continues to develop, the organization faces mounting pressure to address these concerns and provide clarity about their strategic direction. The disconnect between supporter expectations and organizational decisions has reached a critical point that demands immediate attention and potentially significant changes to restore confidence in the franchise's leadership. Recent developments in the WNBA have sparked significant debate regarding player conduct and enforcement actions during games. The controversy centers around comments made by former WNBA star Cheryl Swoops regarding Sophie Cunningham's actions during a Connecticut Sun versus Indiana Fever matchup.
Did Kennedy Carter's slam in to Caitlin Clark. All right. Angel Reese racially shaded Caitlin Clark earlier in the year in a social media post, talking about she was too scared to fight. Angel Reese went after Caitlin Clark. Cheryl Swoops just fine with all that. I'll give you 2 guesses.
The incident in question occurred when Cunningham made physical contact with Sun guard Dejanai Carrington late in the 4th quarter, an action that many interpreted as retaliation for earlier contact involving Caitlin Clark. This sequence of events has generated polarizing reactions throughout the basketball community, with opinions divided on whether such enforcement actions are appropriate or excessive. The situation highlights ongoing concerns about officiating consistency and player protection in the league. Critics argue that referees failed to maintain proper control during the game, allowing escalating physical play to continue unchecked. This perceived lack of intervention created conditions where players felt compelled to take matters into their own hands rather than relying on official enforcement of rules.
She be talking about. I can tell you one thing she need to be talking about is playing Michaela Timpson, bro. Like, y'all got to figure out what the hell is going on. You coming on here talking about players need to watch out because we need to drill it. That ain't going to get the job done, bro. What's going to get the job done is playing the players that you drafted. Play these rookies because it's looking real eerie right now with the Fever. Check out what some of the fans said in the comment. This fan stated, let me ask you this question again.
Sports Illustrated's coverage of the incident noted the divisive nature of the play, with some observers praising Cunningham for defending her teammate while others criticized what they viewed as excessive retaliation that could have resulted in injury. The debate reflects broader questions about the appropriate level of physical play and teammate protection in professional women's basketball. Swoops addressed the controversy during her June 24th appearance on the Women's Hoop Show, offering her perspective on the incident. She acknowledged that referees had allowed excessive contact throughout the game, but maintained that Cunningham's response crossed the line from acceptable physicality into inappropriate territory. According to Swoops, the distinction between physical play and unsportsmanlike conduct is crucial in evaluating such incidents. She characterized Cunningham's action as deliberate and unnecessary, arguing that it represented a departure from basketball-related contact into something more concerning. The former player emphasized that the contact appeared intentional rather than incidental to any basketball movement.
As to why, but I'm willing to bet you only need one. Oh, you only need one. So it does not surprise me that Cheryl Swoops has a take, let me keep it real, about a white player being dirty now. It's not surprising. She's right in with the group that wanted to get, I mean, let's be honest. Her mindset is right in with those.
The commentary also touched on the broader context of Cunningham's role with the Indiana Fever organization. Some observers have suggested that the team specifically acquired Cunningham to serve as a physical presence and protector for their star players. This perspective frames her actions as fulfilling an expected organizational role rather than representing individual misconduct. However, Swoops questioned this interpretation, asking what exactly was being enforced in that particular moment. This challenge to the enforcement narrative suggests skepticism about whether the situation truly warranted such intervention, particularly given the timing and nature of the contact.
Why did you give Katie Lou Sampson $180,000 American dollars, bro? Somebody else said, all I know is the Fever need an athletic component. Power 4 DB is missing, and fans are turning against Steph. Somebody else said, I don't know you in the front office right now talking about someone that told y'all we should have kept Christie's sides. We have more paint touches and long.
The controversy has revealed underlying tensions about player protection standards and the appropriate response to perceived officiating inadequacies. Historical precedents in other professional sports leagues show similar dynamics where teammates have taken enforcement roles when feeling that officials have failed to protect star players adequately. The debate extends beyond the specific incident to encompass broader questions about league culture and acceptable conduct boundaries. Different stakeholders have varying perspectives on where these lines should be drawn and how violations should be addressed, both by officials and by players themselves. Some observers have noted apparent inconsistencies in how similar incidents are evaluated and discussed, suggesting that external factors may influence public perception and commentary. These concerns reflect broader conversations about fairness and consistency in how player actions are assessed and criticized within the league.
Retards that were trying to get Sophie Cunningham banned from the WNBA because somebody had the unmitigated gall to step up for Caitlin Clark. I haven't seen a whole lot of calls for bans and this and that and the other on these other players. Them people were quiet during that. But when it came to Sophie Cunningham, they jumped up and ran and launched a petition that nobody signed. 303 signatures.
The timing of the incident, occurring near the end of a competitive game, has added another layer to the discussion. Late-game situations often involve heightened emotions and increased physical play, factors that can influence both player behavior and subsequent evaluation of that behavior. League officials have faced criticism for their handling of the situation, both during the game and in subsequent reviews. The apparent delay in addressing certain aspects of the incident has contributed to ongoing frustration among various stakeholders, including players, coaches, and supporters. The incident has also highlighted the challenges faced by officials in maintaining game control while allowing appropriate levels of competitive physicality. This balance becomes particularly complex when star players are involved and when emotions are running high during crucial moments of game.
So, at the end of the day, man, these fans are pissed off. And I'm telling you right now, I exposed this stuff 2 months ago. Told you, and I'm going to keep drilling it. Roll the footage. How many months ago? 2 months ago! Your boy John Liquidator did, and I hate to yell, but 2 months ago, I told y'all about this. And I was crucified bad. And here's John saying the offense and the players, you can see CC averaging 11 or more assists. It's not Caitlin DNA. You're bringing a lot of confusion.
Medical considerations have also entered the discussion, with questions raised about potential injury risks associated with the type of contact that occurred. These concerns extend beyond the immediate incident to encompass broader player safety protocols and prevention strategies. The controversy reflects ongoing evolution in professional women's basketball culture as the league continues to grow in popularity and scrutiny. Higher profile games and increased media attention naturally lead to more detailed analysis of player conduct and officiating decisions. Different generations of players and commentators may have varying perspectives on appropriate conduct standards, influenced by their own playing experiences and the contexts in which they competed. These generational differences can contribute to disagreements about what constitutes acceptable behavior in contemporary games.
Last I checked. So, here we go, folks. Cheryl Swoops. I mean, God almighty. We thought we were going to be rid of Cheryl Swoops this year, right? I guess not. So some have praised, this is a SI, I think it's Grant Young on this one. Yep. Perhaps the most polarizing activity come from this game was when Fever star Sophie Cunningham threw Sun.
The situation demonstrates the complex dynamics that can emerge when multiple factors converge. Officiating inconsistencies, star player protection, team roles and expectations, and public scrutiny. Each element contributes to the overall controversy and the various perspectives that have emerged.
To people's minds, intelligent women. John Clark would rather have a chance. I'm telling you, I was crucified, guys. I'm not even going to go through the comments. But guys, listen to this. A system that emphasizes a player movement and reactions to create scoring. That, my friends, is what Caitlin Clark ran in Iowa. And if you don't believe me, check this out.
Scouting report on Caitlin Clark.
Well,
Moving forward, the incident may influence how similar situations are handled by officials, players, and league administrators. The discussion it has generated could contribute to clarification of conduct expectations and enforcement procedures for future games.
Guard J.C. Sheldon to the ground in the fourth quarter, which was seemingly a retaliation for Sheldon poking Caitlin Clark in the eye 1 quarter prior. Some have praised Cunningham for sticking up for the star player in this way. At the time, others have been critical of her taking, quote, an enforcer role too seriously and potentially putting Sheldon at risk of injury. What was Sheldon doing with Caitlin Clark, poking her in the eye? She put her career.
The broader implications extend to questions about league culture, player safety protocols, and the appropriate balance between competitive intensity and sportsmanship. These considerations will likely continue to evolve as the league grows and develops its identity in the professional sports landscape.